Okay. And let's see if we are live. Why is it not streaming?
Oh, yep, we're good.
Is it? Or is it just
Yeah.
getting bad poopy? Let me refresh because it's not giving me signal here.
Yeah,
There we go.
your
Okay, yeah,
YouTube's
we're
up and
good.
running.
Yeah. It was being stupid. Okay. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that, y'all. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I've been running around with my head cut off all morning, losing my goddamn mind. A lot of stuff going on, but welcome to the RSG lunch stream. The stream where we hang out with you wonderful and amazing folks and do stuff, discuss, and have fun in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The mobile game brought to you by Capital Games. I'm your man with the plan, Ranger J 1999, and joining me is my co-host, that country vacking out there in that country.
Skull, y'all.
Oh, indeed. And welcome. Sorry I'm late today, guys. I had to get that. I was trying to finish that goddamn lore video. Worked on it all day yesterday, and I was getting the last of it cut as best I could because I'm kind of rushed because I'm trying to get it out. As soon as we get done with this stream, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, which will take a few minutes, hopefully, and then get it out to the VIPs today. And it's raw, unfiltered, thumbnails. They won't have anything, but you'll be able to get the most of the good stuff there, as just promised. So you guys will be able to hear it first, and you guys will be able to listen to it. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Everybody else will get it Friday, so. If you're a Patreon, that's the thing. Not only if you're a Patreon do you get your own channels, the VIP, you have input on the lore video. We gives us ideas about that, like subject matters, things that were, just input. And you also get to have access to the Star Wars lore with idiots input first. So that's the great thing about being Patreon. That's the benefit on top of everything else you get for being a Patreon. So if you haven't become a Patreon, maybe you ought to think about it. If we get to $1,000 in Patreons, then we will, of course, as is tradition, do a lore video on Mace Windu for Ram. So, and if we get to 1,500, I'll do one on the Internal Twins. So those are the goals that we're kind of looking for right now. So think about becoming a Patreon. I haven't checked today. I've been so busy just running around with my head cut off, seeing if we have anything. No, Patreon. That's cool. And stuff like that. So yeah, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, yada yada yada. Get your questions in. I already know what's on everybody's mind because during our stream last night, which I uploaded to YouTube. We did it on Twitch last night, but it's now uploaded on YouTube for you guys. Star Wars: The Old Republic with the boys. So you guys can go check that out after this stream. Big news dropped on the old Star Wars Galaxy Heroes front there, BCM.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Say the shit show has started is an understatement of the year, BCM. Holy moly. Wow.
I was expecting it to be rough, but not like
this is straight up.
This is like bend you over in the back alley rough.
Yeah, and now I know people are expecting to rant. I am upset, but there's supposed to be another post today covering gear. I want to see that first before I give my final thoughts. However, initial thoughts is this some bullshit. I do not understand BG's mentality on this. I just don't. But I'm gonna wait. The big rant will come tonight, and it's not just me, but I think everybody and their mom is like, yeah, this is pretty dumb, and it could be the thing that just basically a lot of people are just, they throw their hands up and say, okay, enough's enough. I've had enough of this. I get a sneaky suspicion by looking at some of this stuff. I said this on the stream last night, BCM, that same idiots that came up with Datacrons are thinking that this is a good play.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, Datacrons are hard enough, and they obviously are off base with the player base, but to do this, to lock it behind a certain level, and then I actually went back through and was kind of combing through it to see what was going on. And oh yeah, you can buy a Gear 12 Plus with Get 3. But you're not going to Get 3 until you're Gear 5 at the minimum, or Relic 5 at the minimum. So hopefully, I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm with you, but this is getting to the point where even I'm feeling like, yeah, I'm about to uninstall if the gear isn't changed.
It's got to be a drastic. Yeah, that's
no
what I'm waiting for. There's supposed to be an update on like the gear stuff, right? And it better be something drastic. If it's something drastic, okay, cool. I'll wait, because then I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. But if it's not something where they're gonna pussyfoot around and just be like, "Oh, well, we gotta think about the economy," I'm out. Me and Karth were very clear about this, folks. That if this, we're still gonna play it. We're gonna wait till after we play it a couple times, right, and see how bad it is, because I have a sneaky suspicion. But we're gonna play it first, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon, because we're gonna give it we're gonna give it the old college try, right, for you folks, because. Well, that's just the nature of the beast, is what we do here. But if it's that as stupid as I think it's going to be, and if I'm not impressed by the gear, there's more other stuff we can be doing. I'll just do more stuff with Old Republic with the boys. We'll do more lore videos. We'll do other stuff, man. I ain't tied to this game. I'm tied to the community and you guys. But I ain't tied to this game. I just like hanging out with you folks. I'll find other stuff for us to do. This is just ass, man. I don't know how else to put it, man, because I was in there going, oh, I thought someone was messing with me. Like, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, with that. And then I pulled it up, and it was like, oh crap.
Yeah, and George Fletcher, in one instance, I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed, because it's like, come on, guys, you can't make that kind of a leap with this TB, man. You didn't learn your lessons from Light Side TB. You can't make it that outrageous to where, you know. I'm not talking about the difficulty. The difficulty can be the difficulty, right? I don't think, fine. Yeah, if it wants to be Relic 9 difficulty, sure, we deal some with that with Conquest, but I don't have a problem with that. The fact that it's gated behind these high level,
I mean, especially with the, like you said last night, they had said if you were clearing half of Light Side, or if you're getting half the stars in Light Side TV, and basically maxing out Dark Side TV, which
right.
For my
a lot of guilds are doing.
Yeah, at 300 and even at 320 mil guild, we're doing that. And I can guarantee you there's no way in heck we're gonna have Relic 5 teams to do even phase 1.
Yeah, that statement is just complete that they wrote previously.
Now,
I mean, I don't have all the information, but I'm like, what are you talking about, man? How do you go and make a statement like that saying, well, if you're completing Dark Side DB and you're doing pretty well in Light Side DB, you should have a decent chance in this new TB we're launching. And I'm just looking at the relic requirements alone just to get in there. I'm like, huh?
Sure.
What are you talking about, man? Like, what the hell are you talking about? So you blew smoke up our ass again on that stuff. Those statements contradict one another. Because most people that are doing that right now in these mid-tier and lower high-tier guilds, they ain't got the teams for that. I'm not even talking Relic 5, man. Phase 2 is Relic 6.
At a minimum.
You know what I'm saying? So, if that's the level you want to put it at, that's fine. But the thing that I'm waiting to see on this post before I go full rant, and I will go full rant, because, and there better be a post today, because they said, I'm pretty sure they said in the other one that there was going to be a post stage addressing gear. There better be some massive changes to gear. There's no way on this good earth that you can have those kind of relic requirements gated with pieces now for Get 3, which you can't really get unless you can get better gear pieces. Because what is the thing that we've been saying and screaming about forever? Is that the gate is no longer Gear 11, Gear 12. It is Relic 0.
Yeah.
And the thing that's making it real worse is you keep introducing all these characters and stuff, and people are tapped out on salvage and all these other things. And it's like...
Well, not even that. It's like now even the new characters need the cryotechs, which are few and far between, and pain in the butt to even get to Gear 12. And those weren't even on the goddamn list.
It's crazy, man. We're going to break down the post tonight, and we're going to get into it tonight. I want to get the whole story before I give My final thoughts. My initial stuff is somebody has lost their mind at CG. Someone should be fired for this. And I don't normally say that, but between Datacrons and just how awful those things are, and this new TB with that kind of cap, man, like, even I'm 9.5, I'm going to be about 9.6 with all the GLs and everything like that. I ain't even sniffing this shit, man. And that's crazy. I was talking with Karth and Meow Meow last night. Meow Meow has 29 Relic 9s, but they're not even linked together in teams. Karth, same thing with Relic 8s and 9s.
Yeah,
these are cracking accounts, and they're sitting there going, you want us to do what? Karth was pissed last night.
Well, even the biggest Kraken of all, I can guarantee you he doesn't have a full Relic 19.
Yeah. And here's the thing that just scratched my head at. You want us to be able to do the content, right? But then you block it like this so you can't do the content. What's the point of putting out new content if it's so gated that you can't even get onto the goddamn content? That's just crazy, man.
I mean, this was kind of the same argument with I mean, this is just 10 times worse. But like what was it? It was like was it Conquest? I can't remember now. I'm so flustered. But there was one content that got released fairly recently that got gated behind something. It's like, I don't care how difficult it is, just let me try it. Let me throw. Oh, it's like Datacrons. Yeah, just let me throw them on a Relic 0 or whatever. Let me just go at it with the team. Why are you linking the whole team?
Yeah,
has to be a certain Relic level.
It's
even level 9 Datacrons don't require a whole team of Relic 9s.
I mean, and I've been busting my ass trying to get Jabba, and I'm going to take Grand Inquisitor to Relic 5 and stuff so I can do some of this content. But I'm sitting there going, but if to do endgame content, I have to have Relic 8 and 9. Well, I'm just sitting there just scratching my head like...
Yeah, but the Gear 13, the Gear 13 Relic 0 crunch is ridiculous. I've been sitting on 5 characters that need to go to to Relic 0.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot to talk about tonight.
So I'm farming them to Relic 0, right? But they all require the same crap for Kenobi on all those right side pieces. I'm missing all the right side pieces, the Gear 12 plus pieces. It's taken me weeks to even get to that point, to get them to Relic.
Let me put these by power. All right, so I've got one Relic 8, just Relic 8 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 Relic 8 or Relic 9s.
Yeah, but the question is, do you have a full... Well, besides, like...
No.
The only Relic 5 team I have is Gas.
Oh, I have a buttload of Relic 5s. Relic 5s and maybe some of the Relic 6 stuff I'll be able to do. And I do have some Relic 7s. If you go by Relic 7s, that goes up a little bit. But even then, I'm going to be like... Well, I have to...
Full teams of Relic
7s, a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm just sitting here going, how in the hell am I supposed to do this? I am so tapped out on salvage and shit that it's like... what in the hell? How am I supposed to work on new stuff and then deal with this? You know, Relic 7 alone is annoying. Kaya said it in the chat, but Relic 8 and 9, do you know how hard it is, CG, to get Relic 8 and 9 characters? It's asinine.
Oh, yeah, just relicking 8 Kenobi and Master Yoda for JMK. I was like, holy crap. And that's just 2 characters. I mean, I have 4 Relic 8s, but it's Piet, Boba. Or no, is Boba Relic 8? Yeah, Boba. Yeah, for the Executor.
Yeah, I don't mind. So here's the thing.
I have 4 required Relic 8 characters.
This is what I would have been okay with. Wolf makes a great point. If they'd been like Relic 5, when we said that that's probably something that was coming down the pipe. Okay. You want to make it, you have to be minimum Relic 5 to go in and do these battles like they did with like the Cranko raid. But you want to make the difficulty Relic 9?
Yeah.
That would have been a whole different ball of wax for me, because then I would be like, yeah, okay, cool. Relic 5, it's kind of where we're at, right? You know, you probably have to do some characters to relic 7 to 9 from certain teams to be competitive and try to beat that with, you know, the TB Omicrons, which I'm looking at. But this is, yeah, I agree with you, Wolf. This is completely tone deaf. To
Yeah,
go
I
in
mean,
and be able to do all those battles, and we're not even, the first tier is tier 5. Just to do phase 2, you have to have all relic 6.
yeah.
Phase 3 is relic 7. That's just the first 3 phases. You have to just get to relic 7 to be able to do it. Then 4, 5, and 6 is 8, 9, 9. Not only is the difficulty 9, but you have to have tier 8, relic 8, and 9.
Yeah, but
to
even
compete
even
that with that.
6 was calling for, or was it even 3 was calling for relic 9 as a recommended.
Just
8 and 9 are required, but even 7 was recommended to have it at 9. I mean, to play devil's advocate,
I know the platoons have to have relic requirements too, Ray Rock. So you can't even platoon
that
characters.
too, right? Yeah. But play devil's advocate, I know this is probably not the right spot to put or to have released this kind of requirement level. I know they're going for longevity because let's be honest, nobody's going to do this for it. You know, nobody's going to beat it for years, which is fine. I didn't want to beat it tomorrow. I mean, I understand what they're doing, but like Wolf and Ranger said, it's tone deaf because the game is hurting at a point to where people are just dropping like flies.
I can't
move the bar 3 goalposts down because it's not like
I'm out of relic material. I cannot. I mean, I'll have to sit there and farm. What I'm going to have to do is just do characters, but I'm going to have to spend months going through now and taking characters to relic 7 and above now, which is going to be really difficult because I'm doing Jabba. I got it on the screen right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to do that, and I don't even have the salvage for just alone Jabba GL, let alone getting the rest of these characters to the level that they're going to be required and needed, you know, to do these battles. Yeah. I mean, I have some in place. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of relic 7s and 8s, but not at the level with full teams that I need to go in and be able to compete with this stuff. I mean, especially like Inquisitor, for example. It's really head scratching. Like, I mean, I don't understand what they're looking at. I really don't. Now, again, before I go full rant here, I got to see what they're talking about with this gear. Now, if the gear, you know, gives me hope, then I'll back off a little bit. I still think it's tone deaf, but if they're going to address the gear in a big way, and they're going to have to with salvage and relics and everything else that we need, big change, then I may, my tone will be, all right, it's relic 9, but here's the stuff that we can go do to get this quicker, sooner rather than later. Then I'll be okay with this. Right. In the sense that it's still tone deaf, but at least there's some plan in place. But if they just come out and say, we're just going to do a couple of this and this, and there's nothing addressing the big problems that we're having with relicking in characters and stuff in this game, then I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to destroy CG tonight. I've had my fill of this shit. I really have. You know, my whole thing with Datacrons, you know, is what it is. But then you add this cherry on top of it. I mean, I had certain expectations with this TB. I knew it was going to be difficult, and I don't have any problem with the Relic 9 being the difficulty of the phase. I don't like Conquest Sector 5. I don't really have a problem with that. But yeah, if they don't, this gear post and what they're planning on, like how to address this is not, you know, but having to Relic 9 everything, I'm still, even then, I'm just like, okay, even if they do something here, and this is why it's got to be something extraordinary, even if they get us to Relic 7, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about with Relic 8 and 9? Where are we supposed to get that shit? You know how hard it is, CG? I mean, to do a Relic 8 piece and a Relic 9 piece. And I'm talking about like these pieces here. These are the let's talk about Relic 7, 8, and 9. So I'll pick one here. Let's just go Lord Schmader, right? I mean, Relic 7 getting the one piece, the Zimbittles are not the easiest thing, but it's doable. Now, I've got plenty of the droid brains, and I got plenty of, definitely, of the arrow magnifiers. But getting these pieces, the impulse detectors, and salvaging them, you know, holy God. I mean, look what you have to salvage, but you have to salvage, again, this left side stuff here, which is asinine, because you can't take other characters from Relic 0 up, or 12 to Relic 0, unless you do that.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult. And then these, the keypads, I hope you
I'm
don't want
kinda
to take
curious
the
what
right side
metrics they're
stuff
looking
up,
at
because
for
you need furnaces or these, and you need 260 of them to do
I gotta
20
feed the
to
dog.
get one character from Relic 8 to Relic 9. And that's not even talking about the left side stuff, because we are all, at this point, most of us, even the longtime players, we are tapped out on salvage. We really are. Let me find a list of character here.
Unless they change the relic scrapping to where we don't have to scrap the Gear 12 plus pieces, even Gear 12 plus.
Yeah, it's
That's a little bit, but they got to make it easier to get that stuff too. Because let's be honest, the drop rates on the fleet nodes are atrocious.
it just
It just doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm just baffled by what I'm looking at right now. Like, what are we doing here, folks? I'm just salvaging some stuff as I try to sit here and think about what the hell is happening right now.
I mean, I try not to knee jerk, but yeah, it's really hard not to.
It's really disconcerting. It's like, what in the hell is going
I don't
on
even
here?
think I don't even consider it being a knee jerk. It's just it's like a head slap. It's like, are you serious?
I don't get it.
Free to play players, this requirement just is the death knell. And
How do you do this as free to play?
Yeah, there's no way. And on top of that, this is going to demolish guilds. I mean, if guilds weren't in a hurting spot before,
Oh, they're hurting now.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're hurting now, but I could see, this is going to rip through guilds because they're going to get rid of everything, and then you're going to need X amount of teams all at Relic 5 plus in order to even join a guild. And they're going to go through and rip all, that's just to even try it. That I think is the biggest thing, just to try it. We're not even talking like doing 10 stars here. I'm just talking even getting in there and getting 1 star. Guilds are going to go nuts.
I'm completely baffled right now. Oh my god.
I need more coffee and feed the dog.
Yeah, go do that, man, because I'm just
I'll stay on headset, but
yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's really supposed to be dad joke Wednesday, but I don't think that's possible with what's going on.
Well, I'm here. We can do dad jokes.
No, we can't, Grande. Today's not the day, brother.
No, the game is basically imploded, Grande.
What happened?
The new TV requirements came out, and even to do tier 1, the first round, just round 1, you have to have a minimum of Relic 5 teams.
Wow.
And even the platoons need to be Relic level 5.
Come on.
In phase 1. In phase 2, it jumps up to minimum Relic 6. In phase 3, it's Relic 7. 8 and 9, or the 4 and 5, 4, 5, and 6 are all Relic 9 minimum.
Well,
okay. Green Guster says, I just don't get why people want something can beat on day 1. I don't want something I can beat on day 1. I don't. It's again. This is not so much the difficulty level. I'm fine with it being Relic 9 and being really difficult and having to focus on certain characters and teams to be really good to beat something like this. But it's the Relic 8 and 9 requirements that is really.
It's a requirements. It's not the difficult. Yeah.
I want it to be difficult.
Shit how hard it is.
Yeah, it could be really difficult, and I can't beat it.
Lightside Geo is still a pain in the butt to most guilds, but it's not locked behind. You have to have Relic 3 to even try it.
Yeah, it's just head scratching. We're just sitting here scratching our head like I said this before, Green, that I want difficulty, in this, and I'm totally fine with that. Like if it's really difficult, I can't beat it. I gotta invest a little bit of gear. That's simply something I should be. And then I don't even have a problem if it was like level Relic 5 requirements, but the fact that I can't even do after phase 1. maybe a little bit of phase 2 and stuff, and I can't even look at the new content for however long because I can't get my hands on this ridiculous gear that we are struggling to do right now. Even people that spent, you know, I'm talking about Karth and Meow Meow and people that I know that are in my guild that are like 11 million are just sitting there going, you want me to do what? So I can play this part when I've already spent this much?
I mean, it's for the tip of the spear.
Yeah, but this is a little different there, Green. It says locked behind power, though. The power levels we have since surpassed, but there were gates to... Yeah, there was, but it was still something that was... It was manageable, and, you know, but... This is something different, man. This is really bad. You know, and I get it. Like, you want to put, like, when we had the new Crankcore, Relic 5, you have to have Relic for 5 characters. I'm okay with that. I didn't have a problem with that. And I don't have a problem with what they did with Lightside GP. And you build up to it, but this is so drastic. I mean, Relic 9, with how difficult it is to get Relic 8, let alone Relic 9 pieces right now, it just... What's the point? It's going to be how long before I can even sniff this stuff? And again, it's not like I'm like a mid-tier player. I'm 9.5 with all the GLs and stuff about to be done. With Inquisitors, with everything. The only thing I don't have is Dr. Alpha, which I'm getting ready to work on. But I'm sitting there going, really? I can't even attempt this stuff? And I'm a 9.5 million account, and I'm just looking. I just went through the numbers. I can't even attempt this.
I mean, it's like that. It's kind of an escalation from the what is it, that freaking challenge that you need Java, and you can't do it unless you have Java, or like even the Inquisitors, you can't do this if you don't have the Inquisitors.
Right.
At least let me try it, play the gameplay. I don't, you know, even my Inquisitors suck, or, you know, even if I don't have Java, don't lock it behind something that I can't touch.
Yeah, I agree with you, Green. It's going to be years, and it's mind-boggling. You know, it really is. It just, again, I just look at this like, what is? And here's the thing that really is frustrating as I think about it. This new TB was supposed to be kind of like Conquest, where they could adjust it and change it and add teams and take away teams and do different things like they did with Conquest. That ain't what's going on here, because it doesn't matter what they change or add or who they want us to go for. There's no earthly way that even within a year I'll be able to even do very well with this. I mean, just looking at what it's going to take me to farm to get 7, 8, and 9 on a lot of characters to round out these teams, I'm just sitting there scratching my head like, what are we doing here? Like, again,
Well, what Relic 9 mats are locked behind?
Oh my god, they're so stupid.
They're in the Crankcore, right?
TW.
Yeah. TW. And then Relic 8's all Crankcore and still TW.
Yeah, I think so too, Go Cubs. I mean, again, I can't make a final decision until I see what they're going to do with it, what they're going to say about gear today. And I'm religiously checking the forums because I want to know. I need to know what in the hell is going on with this gear stuff.
They have to do something drastic. And I'm talking like, not just like what they did where they're doubling it, but they can't take anything away. They got to double it from what it is now. Even to get to Gear 12, because let's be honest, yeah, Relic 0 is the new Gear 12.
I mean, the Maw guilds are just sitting there looking at this. You know, we're MC3, so we're the third Maw guild, basically, in just name. We're just called Midichlorians 3, roughly. And we got some big Krakens, but I'm looking at Maw 1 and 2 are sitting there going, huh? That's the reaction to this.
It's terrible.
It is horrible, man.
It's bad.
This is bad, man. I'm waiting to see, man. I'm checking the forums, as I said, before I make a final rant on this. But I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, and I got
unless they start putting Gear 12 plus pieces into
Did they beta test
nodes.
it? I just want to know, did they beta test
There's no beta test, man.
There's no beta test. This is all internally
Yeah.
done. There's no beta test program. There's no... Yeah, there's nothing. They have no community. I think maybe that's the problem too, is they have no community involvement in it. This is sheer pencil pushing.
Someone
Bureaucratic
thinks they know
stuff.
better, and they don't. They just think that they can make money off this, that they can put this in here and that we're going to spend. But the outrageousness of what it costs to do Relic 8 and 9, I mean,
So when they run it and you can't even play, then what happens? Like it just goes the days and you just keep playing the round one.
The thing is,
Right.
it'll get worse because if you can't play it and you go past the first phase, and you're just deploying the whole rest of the other phases.
And
Just
the other
doing
thing, yeah, I mean, boss, we're in a somewhat position that we can do some of it, but we're
We should be able to
470 million.
at least do
But-
well in the first 3.
Possibly, because we don't even know what the deployment requirements are. If
Yeah.
they did anything like they did with the light
Yeah, we
side,
do.
Yeah, they
do we
put
know-
that out there.
oh, they did.
Yeah, Karth said you need 4 saunas for the first phase.
Well, not even.
This-
Not,
this
I'm sorry,
Sunday.
not the platoons, but I'm talking the actual like, what's it take
Oh.
to get 1 star? What's
Yeah.
the GP
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
to 1 star?
True.
Well, the thing
From
that
deployments.
again, I go back to that statement they made. If you're completing Dark Side TB and getting somewhat 22 stars in Light Side TB, you should be able to do some good stuff in this one. I'm like,
No,
how?
yeah. That was complete and utter bullshit. They should have said 32. They mistyped.
Yeah.
There's no way 22 guilds in SWGOH are gonna do squat in this.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
my
know why
guild's
they
not
haven't
even
showed us
touching
the
it.
rewards either, because that's a big part of this too, Kai. Because if we can get some really good rewards in the first couple of phases, maybe we can salvage this disaster there, boss, but it better be pretty epic. And even then, they still need to see what you're going to do long term to help us, short term and long term,
Have
with
to
this
get
gear.
3.
You know, I mean, what the hell are we doing?
You see, they have a cap at get 3.
Oh yeah, the cap is what, 20K or something like that.
25K, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, any new currency we should expect the cap at this point.
Yeah, for like 10 is
They
in
don't
the
want us
rewards,
loading.
and we can't even get to them, Green Guster.
But at the same time, did you
God
see
almighty.
what some of the rewards were? Like to buy with get 3? It was the conquest character.
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Well, that was kind of, we kind of guessed that. We
Yeah,
guessed
we did
it
guess
was going to
that.
be the
Which
conquest
that is
characters.
huge.
We
So
guessed it was
even
going to
then,
be.
some of the people that are getting like 22, 23, 24 LSGO might actually do it just for those shards. Because at the same time, you can also buy cam shards,
That's,
which is
yeah,
probably easier than actually doing the mission.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm clearing the mission now, anyways. But
Yeah, they didn't show that, Kaya.
The whole
So
guild
we're
isn't.
still,
Oh
still.
crap! That means I have to R7 my Rex.
There's a lot of shit we got to relic here.
Ranger, you actually have to relic Darth Revan now.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit that I got to relic now. I don't have the salvage there, boss. I mean, I'm sitting there trying to.
No,
Here's
yeah,
the thing
I
that's
don't have it
driving me
salvage
nuts right
either.
now about this is I got to finish Jabba. So what I do have is got to go to a job and get him
Yeah.
done because they're going to need it for this. Then I'm going hard on Dr. Afro, which means Cantina Farm, which means I'm going to be doing Hondo and going down the line and trying to get these characters done as quickly as possible, right? Because Sana's going to be needed. Then I'm sitting there going, okay, I was planning on taking Grand Inquisitor to at least Relic 5, but that was going to be a side project right after I got
Gotta
Jabba
take him
done.
to 7.
Now I got to take him to 7 at least. I got to take everybody to 7. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Just try to get to
that's
7
annoying.
first because, and that's going to be really difficult because there's only so much shit you can do and get, you know, without spending a huge ton of money. I mean, it's just, it's asinine. Good God in heaven,
You know
man.
what's really bad is I'm not spending any of my TB armies until I see the whales and krakens do well with them.
Same.
Because there's no shot I want to R7 OG Finn. I'm sorry, but I don't want to do that unless it's 100% that it gets both phases done.
I'm just floored. Like, this is so out of touch. I really had hope. Yeah, Relic 7's for everybody, but that's going to be a nightmare to do too. I mean, Boss is in the same boat I am, and we've got a lot of Relic 5s and up, but it's not complete teams, right? We've done a lot of them because of Datacrons, we've
I mean,
barely gone
that
like
was the
the
precedent.
one
coming up.
character. Yeah, the one character we had to get to relic 7 to use the Datacron and then relic 5, so we can use the
Yeah,
entire
like
Datacron.
first order. If you haven't like, you're gonna have to R7 Hawks. You're gonna have to R7 Sith Trooper. You're gonna have to R7 the 5th that you use. He's Crew's already R7, so you don't need him. But if
That's
you're
if
gonna
you don't
do,
platoon them.
Yeah,
That's
the
true,
engineer,
if
they
you
could have
don't
done that,
platoon
but they didn't. You know, if they said the leader has to be relic 9 and the rest has to be relic 7, you know,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
do
one
that.
thing.
And we're not even talking the last phase. It's also phase 5 and phase 4
yeah,
that we're
it's
doing
phase
this.
5 and 6, which is
4,
ridiculous.
5, and
But
6. 4 is relic 8, but it's relic 9 difficulty. 5 and 6 are relic 9.
Well,
Difficulty
yeah,
and
right,
requirements.
Evo, you're correct there. It's not R0 is the new Gear 12.
Yeah, relic 12
R5 is
now
the new
is.
Gear 12.
This is really just out of touch. You're
R5
out
is the
of
new
touch.
base.
I don't
I'm
understand
out
then
of
why they
touch.
didn't just double everything.
I don't know,
If
man.
relics are gonna be so damn important now, even more than normal, what's the point of still walking Kairos in Gear 12 and Gear 12 plus behind it not being double crossed?
I'm just going through this. We're gonna go through this in
Like we said,
phases and
they
stuff, but
you know
it's
this
like
this last gear thing was just a half measure, a half step, because they're scared. But at the same time, and then you pull this crap, it's like release the floodgates, because you still have to get. And even they were saying even God mods are required, right? That's, I mean, you know, if that's the way you want to play it, then play it that way. But you know, make it easier for me to get. Or not even easier, just slightly help me out here to get to the relic levels in the first place.
Yeah.
Don't, you know, say, oh yeah, well, everybody has this. It's like, what metrics are you looking at?
2 R9s. That's it. I have ADRAD and JML. That's it. I'm gonna be absolutely useless. I have some R8s, but I don't even think I have a full team.
Here's the first question. Ranger put together accounts of content creators to meet with CG monthly to voice community concerns. But CG has to be open to that. They're not.
Yeah, CG isn't open to.
They're not. I mean,
if they were open to our concerns, they would have. This last gear thing would have been to getting to Relic 0.
You know what? If they would have recognized that they hadn't finished the Gear 1 after a full year.
And the previous beta program had myself and Heinze and some other content creators in there. So it's not like they didn't have that access, but once the beta program went away, they've had no, I still talk to CG, but not at this level like I was before. And I know other people talk to CG, but they watch these programs. So the reason I don't really talk to them that much, because I know that they're listening to what I'm saying. They're not hearing what I'm saying, but they listen. You know, it goes in the ear. Does it go, but is it going on deaf ears? And I'm convinced more and more that somebody over at Capital Games thinks they know better, and they don't, because this is really out of touch with where the game is.
They're just killing it at this point. I expected it to be R3 for Rex in the phase 1, because it's 6 phases instead of 4. So I expected it to be a little
it's only 2 battles. Yeah.
Because I mean, because I understood that there were going to be Rex. I'm like, oh, I saw in phase 3 that the Inquisitors are all going to be required at R7. I'm like, oh no, they're going to do Rex. And I'm like, okay, that's reasonable for the newest character who's supposed to basically kill GLs is going to be R7. That's reasonable. In phase 3, okay, maybe that's a special thing. Because I was thinking it was going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the last one, but have a difficulty of R9. I thought that would be reasonable. Clearly fucking not.
Yeah, Drew, I mean, I'm telling CJ right now, if you want to do that again, you get me, Heinze, you get a bunch of us. We'll be more than glad to get with them on a call every month and voice our opinions. And we will give our opinions about what we're seeing and what the community is saying. But we do it every day on our streams. And it's just, I don't, but even if we say, so at the end of the day, even when I was a beta tester, I looked at it like, I'm just the counselor. I can tell you what I'm seeing through either testing or through community involvement and let you know whether something's good or bad. At the end of the day, they make the decision on what they're going to go with.
Yeah.
So I can scream as much as I want, but they don't want to hear it. Then there's what am I accomplishing? I mean, I'll do it. I'm more than glad to do it. I was glad to do the beta program. And at the end of the day, I would just say, hey, I said what I needed to say. It's up to them. So if they come out and decide to do something different, like say Datacrons, then what do you want me to do? I mean, you know, it's just something that's like they think they know better and they don't. You know, Ranger, is this an EA implementation you think, and CG is just taking orders? No, for the way I understand it operates, that's not the thing. This is, I don't know. I don't have enough inside knowledge of how the dynamics work within, so I can't really say one way or the other. You know, it's like you want us to.
I don't think it's motivation. It's just their player base has evolved over the years, and they can see it declining. So it almost feels like this is the death throes to get people to spend to get to Gear 13, to get them up to relics, and because the only way you can do it is with crystals.
And I wouldn't just want a council of creators. Like I would like to have like Zareth and Solo and Heinze, whoever wants to do it, right? But I'd also want a few players that are like mid-tier players, lower tier players on that council too, that are really good players that could speak their perspective as well. Because a lot of us content creators are, yeah,
I mean, those different I'm at 7 million, and I would, it's rough. I mean, a couple years back, 7 million we tip of the spear, right? But 7 million now is mid-tier.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the struggles I'm having.
Yeah, Relic 5 didn't surprise me either, Wolf. It says we already had the 4 from CPIN and higher level Datacrons, but the Relic 9 is third. And I've said it's a lazy way to future-proof something. Brute force it. But yeah, it really is. It's like you could have just...
We're going to have more.
And you could have... See, here's the thing that's so frustrating with this new TB, since it could be evolved, right? You could have started off with, hey, Relic 5 is the requirement to do all these battles, but the difficulty was Relic 9, and then eventually push it, implement gear, to help us get gear better, and then say, okay, now we're going to up the level a little bit, in 6 months to like Relic 7 is the minimum, right? You could do something along those lines. They're just...
I mean, that's the thing. They kind of did that with Lightside, right? It was like, oh, well, you should probably have Relic 3 teams to try this. Relic 3 teams probably wouldn't do it, but it wasn't you need Relic 3 teams to even try it.
There's a difference between me for the future, because they said that they will use this model in the future, like to change it. They also said that in the past about changing stuff that they never did. So it kind of scares me that if they say they're going to change it, how about they might not even.
Well, yeah. Well, how many years has Lightside 2 Geo been out, and they still haven't adjusted the last ship node so guilds can max it out, because we need double the amount of GP for ships across the whole guild in order to get that last star?
Well, I can tell you this, what else on 3 says, it's been months since anyone from CG did an interview or stream, though. Yeah, I mean, Crumb was on the Heinze stream last time. Doja, I haven't seen him on the stream in a bit. I know Crumb's been trying to get back into it, and of course he just had the new baby and things of that nature. But yeah, but even the thing is too, CG's pulled away from communication directly with the content creators and stuff ever since the beta program disaster. I give Crumb a lot of credit because he's had a lot on his plate and he has made the attempt, but he can't answer these questions. We can ask all the tough questions we want. He ain't going to give us an answer unless CG wants us to give him an answer. I mean, Crumbs just can only say what they want him to say, so we can ask the tough questions. I don't want to get it from Crumb. The people that came up with this, that's who I want to interview. I don't want to interview Crumb. Crumb's only doing his job. I want the motherfuckers that came up with Datacrons, and I want the people that came up with this new TB, and I want to put them on the spot. I invite them on here. I'm going to be fair, but I'm going to be rough, because I want to know, and I want you to explain to the community without using the forums and going through Doja and Crumb what the hell you are thinking with this stuff. Oh, Karth's here. Hey, Karth.
Hey, Karth.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. We're just talking about the disaster that is this bullshit here.
Yeah, we're only at half rant. We're not at full rant.
Yeah, we're not full rant. We're waiting for the next post like you are, but it's not.
Yeah,
good.
like
we're also waiting for tonight. because I honestly think I'm also going to join tonight. I might want to just sit back and listen to a Ranger rant live.
You can come join. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Carth, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I'm holding back on a lot of fronts because for me, like Go Kev said earlier in the chat, we don't know what the rewards are for the TB.
Right.
We don't know how far we're gonna have to get what we don't know if they're gonna be a lot more lenient with the relic and the Gear 12 plus rewards in this one. There's a lot of things we don't know, and I don't like getting all wound up without all the answers, because it's like we could go off the handlebars right now on how idiotic, requiring a full R9 squad is, but it doesn't.
Oh, come on, Carth, you're no fun.
but for me, I just have a hard time because it gives me a really sour taste in my mouth when I get that worked up, because it just has a bad flavor for where I'm at in the game. And so I'm like, I don't want to get that worked up and then just throw it all away and then have a post come out tomorrow or in the next couple of weeks. I mean, and the thing is too, guys, the one thing that I just have to, because we just hit on the head with the they don't have the beta program anymore. We are the guinea pigs. This next TB is
the exhibition.
This is them stress testing their game mode.
Yeah, this is the exhibition match.
So we're gonna have the first two iterations of this are gonna just be an absolute sideways shit show, like the first Lightside Geo was when they canceled after phase 2 because half the mechanics weren't functioning and things of that nature. So we're gonna be in this little sideways game mode for a little while we figure things out and we get some time to kind of see who can do what for platooning. They're driving home a point they made 2 years ago. They want players to have a reason to level up their entire roster, not just the meta. And this is definitely bringing that to a head, because I believe even though the relic requirements won't be the same for platoons, I believe the characters still have to be at relics to be platooned.
Wait, you have to platoon stuff at relics too?
Yes.
Yeah, Sig said that there is a relic requirement, but it's not the same as the combat mission requirements.
Oh.
So it looks like you're gonna have to have like Gear 13 characters to platoon anything, which is just gonna be an absolute shit show.
Well, I'm looking at
Cart,
this stuff.
Do you have your Rebel Hoth soldier ready for platoons?
No, but I've got that Relic 5 Ewok.
Know what? Those might come in handy. Know what? When me and Ranger were teasing you, know what? You looked into the future and saw the one outcome.
Well, here's the thing I'm also like for rewards. Forget 3 that you can use it on: Watt shards, Katamundi shards, Razor Crest shards, Commander Soka, Maul, Boba Fett, Sign of Django. Okay. How are players that don't even have these characters that are lower tier supposed to get that?
The
what?
thing I wish they would have done is not said 200 million GP. They should have just straight out said
that one comment where it's like, if you're completing Dark Side TB and you're doing 22 stars Light Side TB, it's like,
now hold on, that's taken a little out of context, because they were saying the rewards from that should be the same.
Wait,
if you're doing 20 stars in Light Side Geo, you should be able to get similar rewards in the new TB. From what you'd be getting in a light side Geo.
I don't see all guild that's getting 22 stars in light side TB and doing dark side TB, completing it, are going to sniff for phase 1 with their relic.
Oh yeah, because how many people are going to be able to do? Like literally, I think Maddie and I were talking last night. It's like our whole objective is to try to preload every single zone, and then try to get like 2 stars in so basically make it a 3-phase TB. So like phase 1 is we preload to like 1 point below the star count, and then phase 2 we get the first star and hopefully a second or third star on the first zones, and then phase 3 we get into phase 2, do the same shit all over again.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be, the platooning is gonna kill people, because there are people that it's taking enough critical components out of rosters where it's like, unless you're guilds are going to have full accounts. Like 9 million might be the minimum you would accept at that point, because it's the depth of the roster now. 3 pass, all open at the same time, all with different platooning requirements, all across the board on light and dark side. So it's like, if you were like, well, I didn't need to be heavy focused dark side because I have, it's Geo. Who cares about dark side Geo? I can do that with Gear 12, except for phase 4. you know, and now it's like, if you don't have everything relic 5, like kick rocks. Bye.
No, it's 5. Minimums were like 7, basically.
Oh,
base.
Bobus, God bless you, sir, but it ain't fine. Well, we still need some more information.
The thing is, I was thinking of rewards. They might actually like follow what they did with Conquest. You know, when we went from
Possibly.
normal to hard, where it's like nearly the same. Because at
Now,
that point, I would hate to lose out on the get 1 and get 2. That's where I get a
so
lot of my good gear.
here's something that not many people have noticed because it wasn't as talked about. CG did in the last data mine update throw out that they have a new infographic for half stars. So they might be giving us credit for achieving at the end of a phase whatever we can get to. If we can get halfway through on the points, they'll credit us a half star.
Oh, that means that might be bad.
It could, well, as long as it doesn't kick you over, right?
But
like
it might kick us over.
It could. Like, that's the thing is, I don't know what that means overall, but they have a infographic in the data mine that they have a half star model thing now, which we've never had any half star anything prior. So that's where I kind of look at that and go, okay, well, that's interesting to see because there's no reason for it per se from what we've seen in the game.
Let's just take a. I'm gonna speculate a little bit here.
Rutrow.
So say what's that's just Skywalker. Where'd Leia go? I'm not seeing her in the store right now.
You looking for Rolo?
Rolo, just to see the price, but you know, for gas or Malik. Oh, I guess Probe Droid's here at 900. Get 2 for 5 shards. So if we're gonna get Cam or something, I would extrapolate it be double the price for the same amount of stars or the same amount of shards, right? So you're talking 1800. Get 3 for 5 character shards.
I doubt it.
This is all speculation.
I
This
actually
is just...
thought I saw something that it was 500 if it didn't get for 5 shards, but I could be. It must.
It just said, I didn't see. I guess that in the post it didn't. I didn't catch it because I read through it last night again. But
well, we have some
I
questions
just know
here.
that I would guess the General Skywalker's 5700 get 1 for 15 shards, but they doubled that, right? So even Malik is 3800 get 1 for 10. So I would put it probably on par that you need 3800 get or whatever for get 3, but then we don't know how much get 3 we're gonna get for even getting the first star. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, there is some speculation involved, and there's still we don't know exactly how much rewards are. But if you're struggling to even get a star, and we don't know the GP requirements for even getting to that star.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't put it past them to screw that up because they did it with.
Oh dang!
They've
you
done it
also
with
have
the
relic
ships on.
requirements for the ships pilots too. Oh
yeah, the pilots too. There's 3 pilots all need to be relic level 6 and 7 too.
Oh, that's gonna be terrible.
Let's get some questions here from the folks. Whitefly says, question: How are tip of the spear guilds going to refill their ranks as folks retire? New players are so far away from this TB. I don't know.
Guilds are gonna combine.
Yeah,
if
they're gonna combine,
so many
they're
people,
gonna crush. It's gonna be hard.
If especially in alliances, it'll be easier if guilds start collapse because then they can just combine with these players that stay. But it's gonna be bad.
The engineer question: Isn't it the main goal to get to phase 3 mixed TB to get Reva shards? It still requires all relic 7 on that phase.
Basically, the objective is to see how hard it is and see how hard the Reva mission is. That's the objective of the big guilds.
That is a true story, Wolf.
There are a lot of accounts.
Ranger, do you mind sharing your screen?
I can, yeah. Sorry, I'm just doing.
You're just doing conquest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. The main goal for everyone is going to be getting to Reva, but you have 6 days to get to Reva. So it's like if you spend our guild right now is tentatively planning to spend basically all 6 days in the first 3 phases. We're not
It's good.
planning on going beyond that because there's no way in hell, not a snowball's chance in hell that we're able to do
Phase 4.
phase 4 is like some of us could do some stuff, but we wouldn't make any real progress. Phase 5 is impossible. I mean, full Relic 9s.
Yeah.
Full Relic 9
There's
teams
a
are just
couple people in our guild that might be able to do a team or 2 of R8s, but R9s,
Yeah.
maybe you, hello there, and yeah.
I mean,
And
even
that's
at
pushing.
yeah, I mean, just for reference, right? And my guild's not top tier. I mean, they're great guys, but I mean, we're at 345 million GP, and we're still like preloading up to the cam mission in Light Side,
yeah.
just to do
Yeah.
the cam mission, right?
But and part of that is that helps your guild maximize stars too.
That's true, yeah. But we preload up to it, and we do cam on day 3 versus day 4. Oh well, sometimes
do
we're
4.
doing it on we do it on 3 and 4 because we make
Yeah.
sure we don't start, so everybody can get a chance.
Yeah.
But I see that's gonna happen in this new one, but for guilds that are like 400 million.
Yeah, we're 464, and we're not going to be sniffing past.
Or-
And we don't know.
Yeah, so George says quitting the game over stuff like this, like a little kid's not the fleet. Well, sometimes it's just you just get pushed over the edge, George. It's just like a bridge too far. Now, we ain't quitting anytime soon because we're still going to give it a shot here, you know, me and Karth and everybody here, because we want to see and get a taste of everything. But you just reach a point with any game where you're just like, okay. You know, there's lots of games where you're just like, you know what? I'm not enjoying this anymore. I don't like the direction this game's going. I'm not having fun. It's just
Yeah,
you reach a point where it's
Georgia,
just too much.
I am free to play, and that's not. It's frustrating that it's not. Yeah, the difficulty, fine. I'm not expecting. Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting to maximize all the stars in a guilds, but to put a level like this, it's years and years and years of doing this, right? We've been playing the game for the game's been out. This is what, 7th year now?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just progressed. Just in the last 2 or 3 years, it's progressively gotten worse.
2 years. That's when they introduced GLs. GLs has been the
You know, at first, yeah, like I said, at first when the GLs came out, I was like, oh god, the performance on that, I'm never going to sniff a GL. Okay, but I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. It's really been the last year when Datacrons came out. It's like, why are you? Yeah, you say you wanted balance, and then you throw this in, and it just completely outbalances the game.
And the problem is too is that you need to understand that there's needs to be more of a clarification to the player base as to who's steering the ship right now, because we don't have a freaking clue.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
my
we
guess
don't
is
get
that
any contacts from them anymore.
we used to hear
out.
from
There's
Carrie,
nothing like post-
and once she left, you know, it went to hell in a handbasket on the obvious directions of what was happening here. We don't have any idea on who's just steering this game right into the iceberg, because it doesn't make sense to implement so many monetizing strategies within such a tight time frame. Like literally in the last year, they've introduced like 3 or 4 major monetizing strategies that just, you look at that and go like, what's the point? Like, you're putting so many roadblocks in front of your light spenders that they don't even want to give a crap anymore. They're just like, well, it'll be easier for me just not to. And so I don't know. That's where I get to the point where it's just like, all you're going to do is just drive your people who were spending and people who used to spend into not wanting to spend, because it's like, you know, Relic 9 used to be a competitive advantage to a degree.
Now it's a requirement.
But now it's a requirement, so everybody's going to have it. So it's like when you start forcing hands on what people have to use, there becomes no there becomes no point in specializing a roster. It all comes down to what I'm going to do is have the same roster as you. It just might take me 3 more months because
Yep.
I'm going to have, it's like having a Relic 9 Jabba these last few GACs has been really clutch because he's just stupid thick at Relic 9, but it's not a requirement. He's a support character. Nobody really needs to R9 Jabba. But now it's like if you want to do phase 5 of this new TB, you get the R9 him, R9 Chrysanthemum, R9, Bausch, R9 Lando, R9 Gamorrean Guard. I mean, like it just gets to the point where like everyone's roster is the same. And there's like, what's the point of like having a competitive format? It's like it just comes down to more RNG aspects. Who Datacron's harder, who does better at mods. It becomes mechanics that players have little control over, which is great for them for spending purposes, but demotivates players from wanting to spend at just an equal rate. Because it's like, if I can't out mod you, what's it matter if I don't want to spend $2,000 a month on the next Datacron set? Like, what's the point? Like, I'm just never going to keep up with that. So, anyways.
And George, so yeah, we understand that it's a business and stuff, but it's like it'd be like charging Tesla prices for a Honda Civic. I mean, it's you know what I mean? It's not.
They're charging way too much.
Huh?
They're charging way too much.
Yeah, I mean, and
Just
don't get me
have a
wrong,
chance.
I've started branching off into another game, and they monetize like crazy. Holy crap! I mean, it's worse than this game, but the prices are reasonable. I mean, it's even me not spending anything and tight, spending $15 to get a full squad of usable characters is tempting. And you can use them at that level. That's the other thing, right? It's not, so that, I don't have to buy it. I'm not going to buy it, but it's tempting if I was a light spender to, advance my roster to get a full team. Like if I could buy the team, like if you could spend, say, $25 and get the Inquisitors all at 5 stars and have it be usable compared to, anything else, right? It'd just be based on the gear levels at that point. Gear levels and abilities, right?
Yeah.
That would be okay. Then I have a chance, right? But we don't do that in this game.
No, they definitely do things differently in this one, which I think Ray Rock.
Karth, you know what I'm talking about, but
yeah, I think Ray Rock hit on the head. It's like paying filet mignon prices for a hamburger.
Yeah.
But
you're required to buy the filet mignon even to eat at the restaurant.
Yeah, you're required to pay that price just to eat at the restaurant, no matter. It's like going to a buffet where they charge you by the plate, but you're paying $100 and all they serve is burgers and fries.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, it's like they went to McDonald's and bought those burgers and fries and then put them out under a heat lamp for you to eat hours later. I don't know about you guys, but if McDonald's isn't eaten as soon as it's given to you, it does not go well.
That is for sure.
I can either confirm and deny that McDonald's out of a fridge is not good.
McDonald's 30 minutes after you order it, it's just like, what have I got?
I'm shitting.
Yeah,
there was a dark time in Mags' past. That,
there just gets to a point where things they're not tenable, and like I said, I'm interested to see what the rewards are. I'm interested to see what the post today talks about. I'm interested to see what everything else comes down to. But like the issue I've always had with CG on this particular aspect has always been is that we get the stick long before we get the carrot. So it's like, this is going to be the gut punch and then someone just grinding their heel on my nutsack for the next 3 months to then follow up with, oh, by the way, now we're going to make it easier to get gear 12 because we've monetized enough in this time frame to then like hit these goals. And so it's very poor decision making on their behalf. And the other thing too is like, there isn't, unless you have a guild of whales, these first two TBs, and even into, I mean, January and February, we can't even realistically fulfill the platoons because like phase 1 on the light side path, I think I saw 4, there might be more Sonostoros. I'm like one of 2 people in my guild that might have her unlocked. Everybody else has her at, you know, the 3 or 4 stars. I have her at, you know, I got her at relics, and that was a poor decision I made on my own, but that's not the point. But it's just like the thing is we're already day 1 requiring characters that literally came out a week prior to the event, and we don't even have Afra yet. We don't have the Scythe yet. So I mean, a lot of players don't have GI yet. So I mean, there's gonna be a lot of things.
They've done that in the past too, though.
Well, no,
Quote unquote accidentally.
Well, and
Yeah,
and
didn't they
again,
do that with gas and
Yeah, they platooned gas and what was the other one? Malik.
yeah. Well, and I'm okay overall with them being shitheads about this, but the thing of it is like it just de-incentivizes the player base from wanting to participate because you are already starting in a game mode where you're hamstrung, right? It's not the fact that it's going to be a challenge. It's the fact that I can't even platoon. We can't even get the platoon unlocks because our guild doesn't have enough Sonostoroses or Dr. Afras or, you know, whatever they're going to require at whatever relic level they're going to require. You know, Jesus Christ, you know, Heinz's guild got to be tickled pink that, you know, thank God he's got an R9 Ugnaught to platoon at some point.
oh my god, I forgot you had that.
You know, but like it's going to come down to literal conversations within the guild. People are going to have someone in your guild is going to go, hey, this one's yours. You get an R9 this useless character because we need it for the platoon. Somebody else has already R9 all the other useless bullshit. They can only platoon, you know, 10 characters in the zone. So, hey, man, everyone's taking a bullet. This one's yours.
And,
you know,
and on top of that, everybody needs to R9 Bodhi.
Yeah, you know what? Ranger, me saying Bodhi might not be a bad call now.
I mean,
I'm the pilot.
Anything that you get now will actually be useful.
Oh, they'll have a function. I wouldn't say useful. They'll have a use.
For platooning.
But yeah, but I mean that's the thing is like it's going to get to the point in some of these big guilds where people are literally going to have that conversation. Guild officers are going to have to assign players an R9. Hey, this you are chosen to have the useless Jedi Counselor at Relic 9. Hey, you are chosen to have Hoth Rebel Soldier at Relic 9. Like,
well, it's going to be multiple people too, right? Because platoons don't just have one. You've got 6 platoons.
Oh, porn guy's back.
And multiple platoons have multiple tunes at the same level.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the problem that we're going to have. I mean, a lot of the unique characters there's only a couple of, to be honest, but they're it's still gonna be bad because I mean it's like the level of Ardine gases and Revens and Maliks and I mean like it's just gonna be the platooning's gonna get really out of control. I have to go back through and read them all again because I only started going through the phase 1 stuff on it and then I had to go to work. So it's just to the point now where it's like it's gonna be a lot to deal with that in 6 months time the headaches won't be the same and we'll have a strategy. So it's like it in a long perspective, we'll figure it out and we'll make it work. The problem, and I think I mentioned in our guild's Discord earlier, it's a new puzzle to solve. The problem is how many players stick around to solve the puzzle. Because if we implode, it doesn't do us any good, right? Like, like it doesn't. If we all throw it up, or 20 guild members go, well, there's no way I can maintain this. I can't be a part of this. And they give up, then you can't do anything else the other guild member, like the other players, because you have to then reorganize your entire guild to get members again. So it's just going to be one of these things where it's going to take time to solve it, take time to figure it out. We have to see what rewards they're going to have. We have to see what the questions are going to be. We have to see what their post today is going to be about. We're going to see, maybe 2023 is the year of them just opening the floodgates on everything to gear 13 and we make it substantially easier to get up to relic 7. We don't know what they've got planned, which is also infuriating because CG doesn't tell us dog shit, but the problem is so I mean I
I'm with you, Karth, on the puzzle to be solved and the time it's going to take. That's not,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not worried about that. What's getting to me is the pattern.
Yeah.
Right. Look at the pattern just over the last year of where the game's going. And this is just, it's on that slippery slope. And that's the thing. That's what I'm frustrated about, is this game just is going downhill and it's not correcting itself. It's in a slide in a certain direction that is unsustainable for, I'd say, a good half of the player base. Like I'm one that sticks around forever. I stuck around through, if we go back all the games I've ever played, I'm pretty loyal to the game.
Yeah.
It took Sony screwing up Galaxies, and even then, I still hung on for a long time until the servers damn near shut down before I left. And it takes a lot, but this is where I'm at right now with this Galaxies game, or this Galaxy Heroes. It's that point for me that's like, it's unsustainable. I'm having a hard enough time getting just 4 characters to Relic 13 so I can start unlocking Kenobi.
Yeah.
And then seeing this bar just keep being pushed out and requiring me to spend, if I even want to try to keep on the tail end of stuff. And even then, yeah, I could take the free to play. I'm just playing casual and kind of am anyways. It's just that it's like time to jump off the ship. And I hate to say it, but that's,
yeah, no, and that's I 100% agree with that. That's what I was touching on earlier, is that they're introducing so many monetizing strategies into the game so quickly that it really feels like, so there is something that I've noticed, is that there is a new wave of heavy spenders in this game, and they are new to the game. And it seems to be a thing that CG is trying to capitalize on, or EA, or whoever is pulling the strings back here, that they are basically no longer caring about the veteran players, because most players have an average life cycle in a mobile game of about 5 years.
right.
That's about the longest they can retain them before either the game goes away, they don't care, or something else moves up that they want to play instead. So they're cycling into this thing where it's basically, they're putting in all these strategies that these new players that are also spenders are taking advantage of and having and utilizing as ways to get ahead and be competitive and everything else, while kind of having the same mentality of, well, the torpedoes be damned, let's just go make whatever needs to happen kind of thing.
Let's go get the whale.
Well, yeah, they're targeting the new whales, because the old whales, just if they don't like it, they just quit spending, right? Because that's where they're at. They meet up resistance, they give up. So I'm with you. I don't like it, because I don't like the never. I like to spend money when something gives me an advantage that I can have permanently. And so it's like, I don't mind, if taking a character to R9 gives me makes my team better, makes the advantage stronger. I have it's harder to counter this. I don't mind doing that kind of stuff, because it increases my competitive gameplay. But like Datacrons for me is just atrocious, because it's like, it's gone in 2 months. It's not fun to engage with. This current set is killing me softly and slowly, and whatever else you want to throw behind that. And so it's like you're 100% right. It just gets to a point where it's too much. There is too much flooding the player base for monetization, to where there's not a lot of legs left to stand on for these players to keep up without just giving up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, the only way I rise back to the top is if I let my corpse float there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can, like, even with the GAC, right? I've been playing GAC since it was exhibition mode, and it was fun. I mean, it was fun, challenging. You had strategies involved, and then it was, you used to you could go back and see, do all the research and everything, but now it's like there's no point to it because if they have a datacron you can't see, or it's just like it took all the strategy and there's no strategy anymore. It's like when the GLs first came out, if you had a GL on the opponent's side and you didn't have a counter to it, you were screwed. And there for the longest time I wasn't even putting my even going back before that, back with the Darth Revan, right? You got a fast enough Darth Revan on defense, and this is before GLs. Your opponent couldn't get through him.
Nah, there were some times, I think it was the high tenacity Treya.
It was few and far between, but mainly if you had both Revans on defense, you were winning. And so at that point, when I started doing that, I was like, no, I'm not playing that game because one, I like to have a challenge, and that's my competitive mode. I'd like to have a fair challenge.
Yeah.
When it no longer becomes fair to either side, it's no fun anymore.
I blame Finn.
It's like playing it, maybe this goes back to the good old days of cheat codes and stuff, but it's like, playing Doom with, God mode and clipping and all this stuff. The game didn't become, it lost its luster. It lost its funness, right? It lost the challenge. And that's kind of where I'm at right now why am I going to fight a fight that I have no chance of winning? And even then, like I outmatched my one opponent by 2 million GP, and I'm like, I texted him, or I messaged him like, hey, I'm not putting anything heavy on defense. I want to give you a chance. And that was a fun, close match. But those are so few and far between anymore.
Well, yeah, because Datacrons just they really mess with the competitive nature of a lot of different things, and
then
get rid of it.
Yeah, but even then, even just the PvE, against the computer stuff, yeah, I like a challenge, but when the challenge becomes a point where I can't even play the game, that's where it's frustrating me. Is there's no chance of even trying to play the game. I don't care if it kicks my ass.
Yeah,
that's to be expected, but not to even be able to play the game.
Right. The bar is so high that
I can't even play on the playground that you just put out, and I've been playing for years.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating factor.
Which, again, like that's the problem that we have is we're getting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
We're getting the new TB, we're getting all this information, but we're not getting any of the information that a lot of players are really holding out for, which is where does the other shoe drop here? Where do you give us something that makes this tenable? Do you do something here that makes the player base able to compete and do things? Or is this just a sheer just wall you're erecting where it's spend or die, because if that's where it's at, what do I care anymore? If it's just spending to get to, being able to compete in this, then what's the purpose? It's like they have made things easier to obtain to a degree, but it's not enough in the fashion that if you're going to hard lock out me from even attempting something because I'm not relic 7 or 5 or whatever else, I think you just get to the point where it becomes completely untenable. It's like that was part of the beauty of like Lightside Geo, right? When the missions had GP lockouts, you could still finesse getting to those GPs with remodding and having a high modded character, or
extra zetas.
Yeah, putting on zetas or whatever else to increase the GP of the character to make it doable. Yeah, you might still get your ass handed, but I can still take my Gear 12 character in with like one side upgraded. And now it's just like,
yeah,
no, you're playing it our way, and this is the only way you can enjoy this aspect. So that's just kind of where I fall into the fact of it's like, well, bollocks.
Sorry, I just saw Ray Rock's comment. Yeah, I didn't meet the height requirement to get onto the playground, and God damn it, I'm 6.5 foot tall. And then Chris replies, "You got to be 7'8", and that's pretty much where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, George has been saying just don't spend, and that's fine, but then you just can't really enjoy the parts of the
It's-
game that are out there that they're putting in there.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
It's not a rage quit. I'm not quitting because I'm mad. I'm not quitting because I'm angry. I'm not, I'm not this isn't a stomp my feet. I didn't get my toys, so I'm playing. I'm taking them elsewhere. It's the slow erosion of what this game has become that's getting to me. It's not rage. It's sheer
Frustration.
it's frustration. It's people can only take so much. And I guess that's what I'm saying is it's just it's not, the game's not fun anymore. And unless like I said, like we've all been saying, we'll see where this gear goes, but if there's no help getting to even Relic 0 and this new gear change that they're doing, that might be it for me, at least. I mean, I might still play very, very casually, but I might even get rid of the temptation and just, completely uninstall and everything, and, have to apologize to my guild and stuff. I'll still be around, but it's just,
Yeah. 100%. I mean, that's just kind of where it goes. We have to there's a lot of unknowns. We don't, and that's the part that annoys me the most, is that they don't get ahead of it and explain things or tell us what's going on. That's just, we get to find out right as the new TB launches. So it just becomes a chaotic mess for everybody, because you got to deal with people who are, on the ledge, and they want to just quit because they don't think it's possible, but we haven't even tried it yet. And then you've got to deal with processing the information and then splitting that back out to the guild so that you can actually go and do stuff. And then it just becomes this chaotic nightmare because we're just lacking constant information from them. And so we'll see what we get today. They the one thing I did like with the Sauna release, and they've done it now with the release that they did for the TB initial information yesterday and Riva's kit, is they are doing Q&As, and they're giving us a window of time to ask questions, and then they try to follow up the next day with answers. And that's a better route for this to go. But man, there's a lot of things right now where I'm just staring at them like, you're gonna have to really give us some golden nuggets here to keep.
This Q&A don't mean a goddamn thing to me anymore.
Yeah,
you know why? Because they pick certain questions that they want to answer. They
for sure.
But I don't get anything from those.
I mean, Drew Super kind of hit it on the point. He spent thousands on the game, and it feels like they don't respect the previous investment, and that's kind of what it is, right?
Yeah, you have to keep spending.
Yeah,
and George,
is the way of the
it's not about
correctly.
What's that?
The event feat way of the Minoc. I am not getting it to prop. Like a single thing. It's just staying at.
We talk about Conquest? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, Conquest. The event feat. The put on the the Suresu form. It's not working.
I blame Fan.
Even though
and George, it's not the it's not.
Use gas, says Whitefly.
It's not about being the tip of the spear. And yes, I love Star Wars. I'm still going to be doing Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah, we're doing the Old Republic. We got the lore video coming out. We're doing all this. We got all kinds of Star Wars stuff coming.
I'll be streaming. I'll probably end up getting the second
boys?
Jedi Fallen. The boys. Yeah, it's still going to be in. Luckily enough, that EA has now lost the exclusivity rights to Star Wars. We should be getting a lot more games out now.
I'm excited about that.
But to just play this game because it's Star Wars, this is the point where it's gotten to where it's Star Wars, but I'd rather go wander around in SWGOH and have fun Star Warsing that way over top of the game that's just trying to bleed everybody dry and pausing me to a point where I'm not making any progress. That, I think, is the biggest issue.
Yeah, well, as I said, we'll do Star Wars content always on the channel. We got the lore video, which was I will be uploading here after this for the Patreons. Once I get it uploaded, I'll put it in there, so you guys will have early access to it. I've got it all done and everything. I just need a thumbnail from Finn, who's busy, and he did some great stuff, and there's some cool things in there. And so we'll have that. We'll do the Overpup with the boys. I mean, there's all kinds of shit we can do. Man, I ain't quitting the game. Karth ain't quitting the game. We're going to see how it plays out. Like we always do, we'll give you our best assessment. But I mean, there will be a point if they keep fucking around. Me and Karth have said, we go do something else, man. I'm not married to this shit. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we're not enjoying it and they're just going to keep doing this shit like this, and there's, again, we do need more information. So as I said, I'm not really raging yet until I get more information. Let it kind of see where we're at. But, and you know, we're going to go in there. Me and Karth and Guild are going to go in there hardcore and try to beat this. But if it's not fun, it's unattainable, and I have to sit there and just like beat my head against the wall, I'm not going to beat my, not for a company. I'm not loyal to anything. I'm loyal to you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
But I ain't loyal to the company. I'm not committed to playing this game. You know, so they gotta make me want to play the game. See, that's the thing I don't understand. This game should be fun, and it should be motivating me to want to tell you guys why you should be playing this game. And it's hard for me to say that when I'm seeing some shit like this, like, huh?
yeah.
We've tried concentrated spending boycotts, Juice, for it's just gonna have to happen naturally because it's never worked. So
Yeah.
There's been times where they boycotted logging into the game for a week at a time, and that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, to be honest, it's just the issue that I think a lot of players don't understand is that roughly 70% of the people who play this game actively have no contact with YouTube or the forums,
which is insane.
I don't want first order.
So,
I'm re-rolling. I'm going for Huck Cartel. Here we go, baby.
But it's like that with all games too, though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Well, you want Bounty Hunter, sure, Ranger, not Huck Cartel.
Oh, whatever, yeah. Oh, fuck off, game. Look at this shit.
All right, reroll again.
Oh,
do it again.
Why not? I don't care anymore.
Roll it again.
Oh my god.
Get the DI. Get the DI.
Get the DI for
Which one?
first order.
Okay, well,
it's the last one on the list.
You just need to make a new one for bounty hunters, but that DI is actually really.
We'll leave that
good.
There. That's poopy.
But yeah, I mean, that's
poopy.
That is poopy. That's just where the game is right now. It's impossible to make a coordinated boycott of anything, of spending or playing the game or anything.
Oh, it's time
because so much of the player base does not participate in that. So it's as much as everyone wants to be like, oh yeah, we can totally just, do this and we can get together. If only the community could come together. Well, you have to find a way of getting an in-game advertisement out to be like, hey, don't spend between January 1st and January 31st of 2023. Fuck CG.
Mm-hmm.
Like that ain't happening. like it's just not going to happen. Like I would love to see it happen, but
maybe we could get Arnold to put something in the Google Play Store. Since he had that ad for himself.
I mean, I doubt it. But I mean,
it'd be pretty funny though.
But I mean, yeah, it's just you're fighting an uphill battle, and the only thing that you can do in anything when it comes to the game is dial it into where you can have fun, and that's I think the biggest thing that I think Ranger's been saying for a while, and I agree with as well. If you're not having fun, you need to either figure out a way to have fun or put it down, because it's just a game. No one should be pulling their hair out and stressing about, having to relic 7, Jesus Christ, was there probably like 2 or 3 battles per, I think there's 6 to 8 battles per phase.
Yeah,
so I mean,
so it's like 15 squads.
Or
more.
Like 40-ish characters. Like,
for platoons too.
Yeah, include. Well, we don't know whether the platoons are going to be quite the same relic requirements, but it's going to be.
Question: thoughts on Treya Omnicron?
Oh,
great,
delicious,
delicious.
Temporary
lifter.
Yeah, dude, Treya trio plus Talon with C leadership will beat Lord Vader. No,
I was thinking instead of Talon, how about Savage?
Savage is great literally nothing to that table.
No.
Really, doesn't he increase health and offense?
only for himself, and he only gives. I mean,
Oh,
Trey is
Oh.
Ami. I mean, he gives everybody else, but it's minimum. It's Trey stacks so much faster. Savage only gets it when he gets hit, and he's not a true tank.
Yeah.
And you have Scion there already. He will taunt where Savage will not. So you're already going to cause problems there. But Talon is going to be pumping TM to your team whenever C takes damage. And then the reason why it'll work really well versus Lord Vader is Lord Vader's going to open up with an AoE and throw down 8 dots on your entire team. You're going to have 80% protection up.
Okay.
No, not protection up, bonus protection. So it's not dispellable. It's like Treya's her own unique is now applying to everybody.
Yesterday when I did this, we got effed in the A because I got a 5 and a 7 on the pool. So I'm hoping to get better results today, and let's do it for the Java, for the boys. Here we go. Let's see. We got our first pull of the day is a 11. We'll take that. Okay, that's good, right? Okay, here we
Good,
go.
Our first catch of the day.
Our next one is a 13. All right, we're making up for lost time here, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go for the boys. All right, here we go. And 9. I'll take a 9. 9.
Nine.
Let's do another one here. Let's see what we get. We got a 10. 10. We'll take a 10. All right, we're averaging 11, 12 right now. That's
Just
pretty
over,
good. All right,
just
let's,
over hat.
Yeah,
50-50.
that's pretty good. Let's see what we got here. And 15. We made up for the yesterday's bullshit. All right.
Wait, Ranger, where did you buy the energy from? You just normally buy it?
Yeah, 50, 50, 50, 100, 100, 100. And then
Hey, you want an extra 900?
What do you mean?
There's an energy pack
The energy packs are in the store.
for 600 crystals, 900 energy.
Oh, well, let's do this first, then we'll start working on. Oh, that's
It's
not bad.
past everything.
There it
Yeah.
is.
There we go.
Good too.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it for the
way in
boys.
back.
For the boys. All right.
We're getting Java today. Or
Alright.
do you already have Java?
Well, I'm about to unlock them, so we have to
Let's
do these
go.
5 battles. So yeah, here's job. I gotta do 5 battles. We have enough things to do the things, and so yeah. We gotta do 5 battles. We got 87. We only need to do whatever we need right here. We're gonna do that right here. You gotta do 15s here, but I'll tell you it's gonna be pretty good. So here we go. We gotta go ahead and just can't put on auto.
You've got 5 more battles to do at the
Think so.
10s, or what's the 15?
15.
So
You have
5. So
enough.
15 times 5 is
75.
40. No, 15, 30. Yeah,
75.
75. So yeah. Then we'll get some more energy. We'll start working on the ultimate for the boys.
Green Guster. Speaking of 9, when are we getting Knee Nub into the game? I would guess there'd be a marquee pack next year.
My
'Cause it
guess is that
Return of the Jedi, right?
Yeah, Return of the Jedi is what
How
they're
dare you, Chris Paul?
is what they're leading up towards. Good God, man, we are just doing nothing on this TV, are we? RTW, are we?
No, the people are just shitting the bed. But at the other end of the spectrum, the other team just gave up.
Well, yeah, they cleared our
Oh,
one front wall.
RTW. We just got wiped.
Yeah, me and Carth are sitting up with like 200. I think he's at like 300. Yeah, me and him both have 300 plus.
I didn't do
successful
that many battles today. Sorry guys, I've been a little busy.
And
And I
they
did
got
battles.
through
I
one
did
wall and
battles,
gave
you
up.
know, but
No, they got through one wall and gave up.
if
That's
you
what
want, I'll
happens
go
with
in there and go
Fresh
do what I'm always, I'll go win
No,
like
it's
4 or
alright.
5 fleets,
We
you know.
have it's 20 minutes.
It's
to
yeah,
play
20
shit.
minutes, and they're not going to clear through more zones in
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Impossible. There's actually not enough time left.
Yeah. They're not going to clear They're not. It's an executor wall and a Malgus wall. I mean, like they're not going to clear it in time.
And if they somehow get through that Lord Vader wall, then they have Omni Phasma. There's no shot they're getting through all those.
Unless they have a fleet of Zetaed Fulcrums. Or Omnied Fulcrums.
For Phasma?
For Phasma?
I think it was. Oh, no.
No, that's
Fulcrums
Star-
for
the
Mara.
Star-
That's
Starkiller.
Starkiller.
Yeah.
Now we have Starkiller way back. Starkiller has fallen off.
Well,
In the TW.
because it's going to go back to being an offensive team.
I don't know when we're gonna get 9 nub. Finishing character is not in here either. Yeah.
Because the yeah, we'll see what they end up doing.
Ranger, we're gonna get 9 nub when we get our 4th Falcon.
There.
Our 4th Falcon.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna have
Red 5.
General
Turn to the
Lando,
Jedi Falcon. Yeah.
General
Well,
Lando.
how can they be
General
jamming this if
Leia.
they don't know we're coming?
Yeah, the pilots will
The-
be General Lando and 9 Nub.
Yep.
Ugh.
It's
This is
gonna
the
be
only
ultimate
thing.
Rebel one.
The only thing I hate about the Jabba event
No auto.
is no, you cannot skip through the cinematics. There are so many
No, you
cinematics,
can't.
and then it's like it's not terrible, but it's obnoxious.
Well, that was
like
the same with the Skywalker one. The
yeah,
way
but
they-
they were
shorter though.
They felt
That's
shorter.
true, but
The
they
ones
were
in these
also
ones are
pretty cool.
super. Yeah, these ones just feel super long. Yeah, I did the Lord's work in the first 2 walls. Their boss.
I know.
I
I saw.
think I did like 4 Vader teams.
Yeah, I think I had 3 Vader teams myself, and I think I cleaned up 1 more. So you and I just put in the work like normal. So that's fine.
I usually put in
Yeah.
work, but I only did like 3 or 4 wins today. Sorry, guys.
It's
I've been a
alright.
little busy.
No need to apologize.
I mean,
would
a
be
little bit.
apologizing if.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what? I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna go do TW because you guys are
Jesus
bitching.
Christ. No, I'm not bitching about you. That's
No,
hard.
Karth is.
Oh, but I'm always bitching about you,
Oh,
right?
you son of a bitch, you bastard.
Oh my
oh,
God!
Hey, would you like to see the Jabba cinematic again? Well, too
Yeah.
bad. We're gonna see it.
Right? You want to spend 30 seconds every time? It almost feels like it takes as long as to do the battle as it does to watch the cinematic.
unfortunate
I'm
part
sorry,
is
that's
they
been in
don't
there a
have
long time.
auto
Oh yeah, that's
assist.
bad. Yeah, that smells bad. Yeah, it's bad. Oh. All right. For the boys, Jabba. Okay, boys.
Bib Fortuna. I find it highly likely that Bib Fortuna comes to the game because he is in every single cinematic, and I'm like, there's gotta be a reason why you don't have him yet, but I don't know what it is.
I beg to differ. Scout Trooper.
I know, right?
That's Jabba's lifter.
Oh, guess what I
No.
found and put on the Amazon wish list? Scout Trooper on his bike with
depends for
Baby
men.
Yoda. No, that's
Oh,
Ranger
nice.
Ruse. That's different.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I know what that is.
Ooh.
But yeah. That's, with Baby
actually,
Yoda, I'm
I
like,
have-
Oh snap!
I don't think I have anything left for even the back walls. I blew literally everything on
I think I may have a team or 2, but there's no shot we're gonna do the rest of the stuff.
oh, I've got nothing that can touch the back walls.
I do. I'm just not going
Never
to.
mind. I have Geos. I have Geos, and that's it. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I used
oh,
Geos to clean up a
Lord.
Lone Lord Vader in the front wall. The last one that was in the front wall, I used Geos plus Droideka to beat it.
Nice.
But I mean, I've got nothing. I used gas again. I used gas troopers. I used CLS.
I had to use gas to clean up I want to say it was a 3 or 4 man array.
Yeah.
No, wait, no. I
don't even
used
have
gas to clean up, to kill like a front wall scoundrel team that looked like it was AIDS.
Yeah. I haven't dropped a battle today or on this war.
No, me neither. I almost dropped 2 battles. I accidentally forgot to put Jedi Knight Revan in my JML versus JMK counter.
Yeah.
Still ended up winning though. Was very impressed.
I almost did an Inquisitor battle without Ninth Sister because I
Okay.
accidentally clicked on IG-88 instead.
Oh,
I'm like, you're not the right character because I went and looked over at my thing real quick and it's like didn't highlight the right thing and I'm like, that's weird. So I look back over at my thing and I'm like, oh, you're not the right person.
Song shop.
how many TWs a month? Is it 2 or 4?
4.
All right, cool. That means what are we down to after this one?
3 more.
3
Yep.
more, then no more dash. Thank Lord.
I mean, I really don't like this whole thing is just going to be a kind of a useless piece of yeah, because set five is interesting, but no one's really using it to mass scale yet, but I think set 5 will cause quite a few problems for everybody in the long run due to the fact that there are just so many stat increases that nobody's really taking advantage of right now. They're using them offensively because like the Lord Vader Kron and the Dash Kron are just such nightmares to work around. But the other thing I'm like terrified of is when set 6 drops is like, do we go back to set 4 again, or do we do other, like, if they do another set 4 for set 6, I think you're honestly just going to lose people because set 4 was, I think, the most cancerous set that they ever released into the game.
Dodge is worse than health steal. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
I mean, you have so many characters in the game now that they've thrown in heal blocks for, right? So it's like there
Or
are
armor shred. Armor shred
Yeah.
will just screw your health steal. Nobody cares. I'll just kill you faster.
yeah.
But dodge, I can't even land the health.
Well, the
heal
fact that you
blocker
can,
armor
the fact that
shred.
you can get 100% is just asinine.
Yeah.
It's just like I did an arena fight earlier with the guy at 50% dodge, 50% deflection, and literally like 5 consecutive hits was just like miss.
Yep. My
miss.
Lord Vader one has 66% dodge.
Wow.
It's part of the
It-
problem.
It requires them to use the bounty hunter counter, which is why I run the counter that tries to, like, most of the time they can't one shot it because they just don't have the talent.
All right, all right, all right. Yes, I need you. Take him.
Like, I was excited,
Yeah, drop all
not really excited, I was glad
Fortunately,
that they had accuracy in the original post, and then accuracy never dropped.
Well, so the funny part is that it was accurately portrayed, but the thing is that what they use for coding versus what we see in the game is different.
Gotta
unlock
him.
So, like,
Oh,
accuracy
Suda.
is potency, and then what was the other one? Resistance or something like that was tenacity. So it's like they have them coded versus the words they use is different, which is such a stupid mechanic.
That is retarded.
Whatever, but yeah.
All right, let's see
Oh,
how
God.
far we get here. All right, start upgrading here.
Yeah,
And
you're
so
probably
far.
gonna get to, like, depending on how much gear, I think you're
Gear
gonna get
7.
to 8.
He's gonna hit a Cairo wall. Let's be
Yeah,
honest. We
yeah.
know what's gonna happen.
Gear 8.
Oh,
I'll give him gear 8.
9, 10.
Wait, what am I missing? Yep, shock prods. What do I need here? Shock prod, and I need 54 shock prods. Damn it! I just spent all those crystals on that. God damn it! I knew it. Oh shit.
Well, level up all of his abilities. Come on.
Damn it.
Well, you bought that 900 things. You can do it on the Kairos. Oh wait,
No, I can't
No,
because
it's
those
the
are
light
light
side,
size.
never mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah.
that is unfortunate.
Yes. Well, we got further than I thought we would. I think I put some mods on them and stuff.
I mean, in 100% fairness, it doesn't move the needle because you still have to. Can't think of words. It's already a past GAC lock-in, so it's like you have a week anyways.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
question, Ranger, how awesome does it feel to unlock Java?
It feels pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's pretty creamy. What's going on here right now? I'm pretty happy about it.
Karth, what is it? It's speed mods with health primaries
And that was from AT Stu.
and a potency as a secondary set.
No, it is speed with health, speed set, health set with health
Okay.
All right,
primaries.
Ranger, no potency set.
Because you can't, his thermals can't be resisted, so it doesn't really matter. And in all honesty, I'll fight anyone tooth and nail on this. Everyone who says high tenacity is, they have a leg to stand on, but I think it's the dumbest way to mod Jabba because Jabba's unique in leadership feed better off of having a larger health pool. So the only time I ever came close to timing out versus a Jabba using my Inquisitors was when it was a Relic 9 Jabba. Because you just can't get like a 10% bonus protection when you have a 400k protection pool or health pool. is really annoying. What is it, baby girl? What do you need? There's nothing out there. Nothing in the garage either. You good? Okay. But yeah, and health is an easier set to get up and running
It's
too.
true. It's also easier because you get a lot of good health mods from.
But I mean, if you
Okay.
wanted the extra 25% tenacity, there is an argument for it. If you have a really good health primary to tenacity set and it works better, then it's like, it's not a huge issue. Tenacity does kind of screw up some of the soft counters. Like there are arguments for it, but it's like a super thick Jabba screws up like the GL counters.
It also
Like-
screws up in cleanups.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, I'm getting a call.
Do that one.
I'm gonna send you one more. This one kind of reminds me of Paul now that I look at it again.
Couple on here, so we'll get that here once I get him to 12. So, all right, that's good enough. And then I can confirm that, and then we'll roll them up, and then we'll get Jabba squared away here. So, Jabba no bother. But I can't do anything with his next ones until. Actually, let's go get our tickets here. We're gonna need a plethora of tickets here, so.
Yeah.
8. Here we go with the bullshit again.
Massive understatement there, buddy.
12. All right, that's pretty good.
You're
there.
gonna need like
840.
yeah.
Well, 58. And I still have to get him geared before I even go attempt that one. So, yeah.
Oh.
So I just need to get some chirotex, and then we'll start doing the ultimate thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. All right, so Jabba is well on his way. Jabba no bother. All right, I need to go finish him, though. We need to do his abilities. Upgrade, yep. Prime Lord, yeah.
I mean, once you get him to like at least R7 Ranger, he can beat JMKs without the ultimate. You don't need it.
That's fine, but
So,
I have to get him there, so yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying you can without, even if you don't get the ultimate, because I mean, the odds you getting the ultimate by next week or lock in are really
Yeah,
low.
not good. It's not good.
Because I think even at the 100, it still takes like 11 days to get the alt, even going through 6 refreshes a day. So yeah, probably not going to happen. But even at Relic 7, you can beat JMKs.
Yeah, and I'll get the one mod on once I get him up, and we'll get him relic and push him as quickly as we can. So yeah, there you guys go. We got Jabba. Oh. This is Cartex. I knew it was gonna be Cartex.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the computers, it's the other ones. So I'm just gonna have to save up Christians and get rewards and things of that nature. You know what I need to do before we do anything else? I need to go check my JC defense. I think we need to change anything, but just to be sure, right? We want to look. I don't think we can change anything. Yeah, 5v5 looks good. I think we got Ray.
We haven't gotten any new
No.
squads or armies.
Same
So there's
strat.
nothing really to.
Attack the north, make them go down south. Get C down there too. That leaves us.
I gave up protecting the north.
Yeah, it gives us still 3 GLs on for offense. That gives us JMK, that gives us SOKR, that gives us JML. Those are the 3 I want on defense. And since C is he's diarrhea.
Yeah, C might actually get really interesting with this Treya Ami.
Yeah, there's nothing here I want to change out. That's good. We got Iden, we got Quizzers, we got C with that Malik. because we have our Malagas team up north. That leaves gas, CLS, a bunch of stuff for offense. So yeah, we're good.
Yep. I personally I quit guarding north. But that's because I leave Profundity and Triple Attack Executor on defense. So I'd rather you try to go north and think you can clear fleet and lose to the RNG than try to protect it.
I don't think so. I don't think we have any Datacrons we want to put on here. Let me look.
A 1609 story in which an exiled king of Bulgaria
I'm on my way to misery and happiness and misery.
And that's
Oh my goodness. Feel old.
doesn't really do us anything. Yeah, I think we've got the Datacrons on that we do want on these characters, so
Yeah.
because I've got the trail led team here that's actually pretty good with Star Schmiller. That does
The trail lead inside of GAC prevents the Darth Vader solos.
yeah.
So like Treya has her advantages.
I
to
still like
being
this
used.
team right here, man. This is still really good. This Mara J team, so
Yeah, I mean it works. Like if you are looking for ways to split up your defense to make things a little bit more taxing for your opponents, because like Mara Jade, if she's like 370, like or 350 plus really, she just becomes a real pain in the ass to deal with. Which is the whole objective of what we're doing here.
I'll put this one on.
I set triple attacker on defense for one particular reason versus the standard ships. And that's because I have a Relic 9 IG-88. So I have it's, you can't counter it with the negotiator counter because IG will move
Executor
before you, the
fights are nasty.
negotiator.
So if they have profundity, it's still not. It's still
Yeah,
you know.
if they use profundity, they're gonna beat it no matter what. So I'm not worried about that aspect of it. But for the most part, it's just the most terrifying. It's just the hardest iteration to beat, especially when you're at high relics. I mean, BAM is R8, CAD is R8, IG-88 is R9, and Piet is R9, and so it's just an iteration that's harder for them to get through more than anything else. So the standard one, the reason why I don't use a standard lineup is because it's easily countered by first order. And so I want my opponents to have to try versus the executor fleet.
Yep.
So, and it works because I have the R9. I have the R9 IG-88 because otherwise what happens is if you have, now granted, I don't know where you guys are at, but like if your opponents have like a Relic 7 Plo Koon with 6E modding, then that makes Plo Koon faster than the Executor. And so Plo Koon can go out in the front with Clone Sergeant and force the taunt. And so when the Executor does its AoE, it hits Clone Sergeant, who is durable enough to survive it. And then you can turn around and use your AoE to blow up IG-2000 or Cad Bane and go from there. So it's just one of those things where it's you get into the high end play of ships. So standard lineup can still work if your opponents don't have first order built out and they have to either use the profundity or mirror match it to work. So, but I'm in a different league of my own to a degree because I'm 11.1 million GP and I play with in the top like 100 of Kuiper 1. So
yeah, he's playing like 60 chess against his opponent.
Well, you have to have certain things when it gets to where I'm at. It's like the TB. It's no longer a matter of, well, I'll just do it with what I have. It's either I have to have it or I can't play the same game.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm gonna need to take my
We're not
defended offense
gonna
to beat this
take
shit.
it. No, we're not gonna take it. We'll do this battle real quick before we get our TW rewards. Got a booking. A booking. That should be a lively little thing that I don't think we're gonna get to GSC. But then tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream tomorrow because I got to start raising money for that Mando armor set. I'm hoping that the
We're being
Dex
serious. You
Citizens-
probably shouldn't
do what?
GAC really early, considering the big.
No, we'll do
Today.
GAC tomorrow because I got 12 hours of streaming to do tomorrow.
Every single big update lately has messed up GAC somehow. I mean, there's always been really. Oh,
Close me on the RNG here. This is tradition. Hit him. Kill him. Nope, not gonna kill him. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I didn't want to win this. I really didn't want to win. Yeah.
good thing about this TW is we're in the second best rank, so all those good R9 materials.
Kill him dead. That's not what I asked you to do. I'm pretty sure I said kill him dead. Thank you.
Car the update. It usually comes what 12 their time.
It depends, man.
It depends because this isn't gonna be. My guess is they'll try to do the update prior to GAC, but more than likely we will probably get the update between 12 and 2 today with the Force update.
I'll probably be in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's possible.
I haven't seen any update messages or anything, so which means it'll be later today.
Yeah, it might be probably closer to 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 o'clock my time, but
Just in time for the Wednesday night stream.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
That's done. I gotta finish on some light side chiropractic. All right, let's see what
I
our
have
TW
my
rewards
code
are. We
finally.
got okay,
Thank
those are
you,
not the
whoever said
chiropractics I
use
needed. Yeah,
gas.
that sucks. That really sucks.
They're not the chiropractors you needed, but they're the chiropractors you deserved.
Well,
Balls.
shit. Oh man. That sucks. Check the stores here real quick. Okay. Chiropractics. Idiot. But we can go to guild events. It's those. I'm gonna have to just wait till those. Sucks. Sucks. Looks bad. Great. Super. Just great stuff. Just great stuff, guys. Just super, super, super over the moon about it. Just great, great stuff. Really, really great stuff.
How great is it, Ranger?
About as great as a poopy flavored lollipop. Yeah, that's great.
Ooh.
I know. Don't be jelly.
Don't get Carth too excited.
I know. All right, last call for stuff. Don't worry, we'll be back tonight for the big Wednesday night stream and stuff. So you guys will get an opportunity to hear us. Hopefully, get more stuff today. VIPs, Patrons. You guys will get the lore video. I'm gonna upload it here as soon as we get done streaming. And we'll get that out to you guys today. You guys get first crack at it. For thumbnail for Finn. Add that. But you guys can go ahead and listen to the video for the thumbnail before I release it to the general public. So yeah, you guys get first thing on it. So if you like that kind of stuff, become a Patreon supporter. So that way, if you get to 1,000, I will do a lore video on go. And then 1,500 will do the Eternal Twins. And then yeah, the lore video will do stuff. And then you can check out the video we did yesterday doing the Old Republic with the boys. That's some fun doing that yesterday. We'll continue that. We'll probably do some stuff.
Oh,
More stuff
Bad
on
Batch
Sunday.
Season 2 trailer dropped.
Yeah, we'll check that out too. But yeah, I got to get all this stuff done. So I'm doing a final call here for everybody here. You got a minute or two before I shut down shop. So yeah, you have the
All right,
pack
see
now where you
everybody
buy energy
tonight.
with crystals, 900 energy. Yeah, we already got that one, Remo. I love Remo comes in. He's like, hey, and he always gives good stuff. Like, hey, don't forget about this. I'm like, yeah, we got it already. But thanks. He keeps us honest, and I appreciate it.
All right, peace out. See you guys tonight.
All right, my friend. Yep. So thanks for everybody's support. Everyone have a great rest of your day. With that, I think we're going to wrap it up. So hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be cool. And we'll see you in a few hours.